Namaste and a very, very good evening to all of you. I welcome you to my channel, The Outlier. My name is Mithun. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to perform the chi-square test of independence using STATCRAFT P. I repeat, how to perform chi-square test of independence using STATCRAFT P. Even before I proceed to demonstrate how to perform chi-square test of independence using STATCRAFT P, may I request you to subscribe to my channel, also like and share my videos. Let me begin by introducing the data set to you. I've got three fields in this particular data set. This data set is called as the employee data set. You can see here employee related information. The first variable is employee ID, second variable is gender, and the third variable is job category of the employee. When you look at the first record belongs to a male employee who is working as a manager. The second employee belongs to a male employee who's working as a clerk. And the third employee is a female, she's working as a clerk. What is the sample size in this data set? The sample size in this data set is 474. Suppose you want to find out whether two variables are related or not. How do you do this? To check whether two variables are related or unrelated, we can use a statistical test which is called as chi-squared test of independence. Which are the two variables that I will be using? In this video, I'll be using two categorical variables, namely gender and job category. Gender has two categories, namely males and females. The second variable, job category, has three groups, namely managers, clerks, and custodials. Remember, we can use the chi-square test of independence only when the two categorical variables are available. If the two variables are scale, do not use the chi-square test of independence. To execute the chi-square test of independence, the first thing that we need to do is click on the Analysis tab. The Analysis tab is present at the top left-hand side corner. Once you click the Analysis tab, you can see there is a menu which pops up. The third option from the top is Compare Groups. I can click on the drop-down menu. Once I click on the drop-down menu, STATCRAFT displays the different options that are available under Compare Groups. The fourth option from the top is Crosstab. I will go ahead and select Crosstab. As you can see here, the moment I hit Crosstab, a new window pops up. In this particular window, you can specify the row category and the column category. I will be choosing the variable gender along the row. And I will choose the variable job category along the column. So these are the categorical variables that I will be specifying under cross tabulation. Along the row, I'll be specifying gender, and along the column, I will be specifying job category. Once you make these selections, all that you need to do is hit the OK button. STATCRAFT takes a couple of moments to process the analysis. You can see here, STATCRAFT has now displayed the output in a separate window. This is the output window. One very interesting thing here is that STATCRAFT P gives you the Python code that it is using at the backend to produce the cross-tabulation results. This is the Python code which you can easily copy and paste in Jupyter Notebook or Spider and go ahead and generate the same statistics. Let me scroll down. As you scroll down, you can see here, this is the first table that is being displayed. This table is called as the contingency table, or you can simply call this as the crosstab result. What do you see along the row? Along the row, you can see here the breakup of the first categorical variable, namely clerical, custodial, and managerial category. Along the column, you can see the distribution for the two genders, namely female and male. You also have the third column, namely the total. When you look at the clerical category, which is the first row, the row total is 363. So what does this mean? This simply means that there are 363 clerks working in this organization, and out of these 363 clerks, 206 of them are females, 157 are male employees. Let's look at the second number here, 27. There are 27 custodials, and out of 27 custodials, there are 0 female custodials. All 27 custodials are male employees. Finally, what you have is 84, and this 84 corresponds to the managerial group. So you have 84 managers working in this organization. Out of 84 managers, 74 of them are males, 10 of them are females. So this is giving you the distribution of different job categories with respect to females and males. We are interested in finding out whether there is a relationship between the variable along the row and the variable along the column. You will see a lot of tables being displayed. STATCRAFT prints a lot of output. We don't need to look at each and every table. When I scroll down, you can see here, there is what is called as the column proportion table. If I scroll further down, you can see the row proportion table. Further down, you can see the table proportion. You also have another interesting table, which is called as the expected frequencies. And finally, the last of the table that STATCRAFT P prints is called as the chi-square table. You can see here, the chi-square table gives you 3 important information. One is the chi-square test statistic value. The second is the p-value, and the third is degrees of freedom. What is the chi-square value in this case? In this case, the chi-squared value is 79.27. The p-value that we have obtained is 6.09 into 10 power minus 18. And lastly, we have the degrees of freedom. The degrees of freedom in this test is 2. So how do we interpret these numbers? To accept or reject the hypothesis, we look at the p-value or the probability value. What is the probability value here? As I told you earlier, it is 6.09 into 10 power minus 18, which is a really tiny number. We take the p-value and compare it with the level of significance. The level of significance is 0.05. Clearly, the p-value is less than 0.05. Since the p-value is less than 0.05, we will reject the null hypothesis and conclude that there is a relationship between the two variables, namely job category and gender. I repeat, the p-value is less than 0.05. Since the p-value is less than 0.05, we will reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the two variables, namely job category and gender, are related. With this, I have come to the end of today's video. In today's video, we've seen how to produce the chi-square test of independence statistic, We've also seen how to interpret the p-value. I request you to subscribe to my channel, also like and share my videos. Thank you very much for watching this particular video. Have a great day ahead.